this is my thoughts about the Israeli-Palestinian situation, about the humanitarian aid boats being seized by Israeli commandos and killing 9 humanitarian aid workers. I'm going to give you the facts, and then I'm going to tell you what I think at the end. So we'll come to the same conclusion, hopefully. Probably not. I'm going to give you the facts, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, let's get this party started. So Israel has a trade embargo kind of thing on Palestine to keep weapons and Hezbollah rockets and so on from being given to the Palestinians to fight Israel. So what Israel does is any shipments going towards Palestine are searched. Always, no matter, there's no leeway on that. They're always searched. And so basically they just look at things. I guess if there's like a teddy bear, they'll cut it open to make sure there aren't bullets in it. I don't know. Maybe they x-ray everything. I don't know. So basically what happened was these 7 boats came from, some from Turkey. I wish I knew all the places. I know some were from Turkey. 7 of these boats came to Palestine. They were gonna give humanitarian aid to Palestinians. And so the Israeli Navy or Air Force or both hailed the boats, which means they called them in radio contact and said, we need to search your boats, everywhere basically in them to make sure there's no weapons that can be used against us. So they basically ignored that, and I think they even made radio contact with them again, and they said, no, you're not searching our boats. And so, for all Israel knows, there could be a nuclear weapon on there that, or some type of rocket system that's going to blow up Israel. And so basically, they make the decision, they're going to drop commandos on the boat. And I'm sure we've all seen the footage, if not, just search it. And it shows these long ropes dropping from a helicopter, and like 70 Israeli commandos sliding down the ropes onto the boat. And as you see them sliding down, you see all the people on the boat with crowbars and running towards them. And they start hitting them. And if you look closely, you'll see one Israeli commando being thrown overboard. When you fall from 20, 40 feet into the water, it's not pretty good. It's not good for you when you have that much gear on. They have flak jackets and their guns and all that stuff. So I don't know if that guy survived or what happened there. But anyway, basically they get up there and they start getting beat on with crowbars, and they have I would assume assault rifles. So you have to put the judgment call. What would you do if you're getting hit in the head with a crowbar and you had an assault rifle in your hand? I think we could all guess what I would do. 9 of the humanitarian aids were killed. I'm not sure if there was any Israeli troops killed. I know one fell overboard, probably beaten with crowbars. But at that point, they opened fire, and they killed 9. And that's the facts. And now is where I'm going to tell you what I think. This is how I feel of the situation. I gave you guys the facts. Hopefully we came to the same conclusion. I'm not sure. But basically, you put yourself in their situation. You got to make sure they're not getting any more rockets. You got to make sure they're not getting more weapons they're going to use against you. So you got to check all the humanitarian aid stuff to make sure none of it snuck in. And Israel is actually already shipping the stuff. They already seized the boats and all the stuff they seized on the boat back to Palestine. It's all humanitarian aid, And so I feel that they probably had to overreact. But if you think about it, what else could they do? They tried talking. They tried talking to the boats. They tried. The last thing they could do would be drop commandos on the boat. And they did. And 9 humanitarian workers are dead now. Is it Israel's fault? No. It's the person that ignored the radio transmission things, and they chose to ignore that. That's not Israelis' fault that those people died. That is the whatever corporation that gave those guidelines not to interact with Israel. That's their fault, because there are now 9 people dead. People were helping a humanitarian type work are dead now. Not because of Israel, but because they were stupid. And I'm going to have to go with Israel on this one. You don't ignore a warning from Israel. Yeah. And they told them, we're going to board your ship if you don't let us search. They were going to have to board a ship anyway. But yeah, it's just, that's how I feel about it. And they hit him in the head with crowbars. They ran over there and started fighting with crowbars. Put yourself in a situation. You're getting hit in the head with a crowbar, and you have a M16 or whatever the Jewish assault rifle is in your hand, and you're getting bashed in the head with a crowbar. What would you do? I want people to answer this. What would you do if you're getting hit in the head with a crowbar? And this will basically tell me if you agree with me or not. What would you do if you were being hit in the head with a crowbar and you had an assault rifle in your hand? What would you do? That is the only question I want answered. Everything else will be deleted. Only comments starting with what I would do if I was being hit in the head with a crowbar and I had an assault rifle in my hand will be left. Every other comment will be deleted that says, oh, you're a stupid, ignorant redneck. Deleted. All I want to know is what would you do if you were being hit in the head with a crowbar? Okay? My opinion is Israel is in the right. Because if I was being hit in the head with a crowbar, there'd be a lot more people dead than 9. Okay? To me, that shows that Israel showed some type of restraint when their men are getting the crap beaten out of them with sticks and crowbars, and they got assault rifles and they only kill 9? Really? A lot more would be dead if I was being hit in the head with a crowbar.